Top Metro Royale squads are using advanced strategies to ambush their enemies and make millions in a short space of time. Keep watching to find out how you can do the same. Welcome back to the channel, guys. A nice one for joining today. In this video we're going to be focusing on the new game mode Metro Royale and breaking down some advanced strategies for you guys that you can use to make millions in a really short space of time. So here we just dropped, as you saw there in the bottom left of the map, down towards Snake Pit. Now in this strategy we are going to be, it's basically like a third party strategy. It's not really a strategy where you can go straight into radiation or anything like that, because people are going to be beating you to there and they can basically camp the tunnels for you and wait for you and things like that. So you do have to be pretty careful. A lot of what you'll see today in the video is basically using our map knowledge to figure out where the other squads are spawning in and using experience to find out that, and then basically using that to our advantage and setting up ambushes, setting up traps, and basically taking out some top tier squads. So here we're going to be hugging the little shoreline all the way down on the left side. There is actually a reason for that. You'll see in the next little clip on this video why we do that. You have to stay on the left side. We've snuck all the way and we've actually seen some enemies fighting in Royale. There is a lot of gunshots. There's two from what we saw there, pretty good geared squads fighting it out over Royale, and that actually happens a lot. It's not really a one-off. Obviously Royale is one of the most popular spaces on the map for people to actually go to. So we are just going to take our time here. We are going to look for the perfect opportunity. Obviously we're only a two-man, so we are definitely going to take our time. We don't want to rush into anything. We want to get like a good grasp of exactly what is going on in the situation. And then we can basically move in when it's the perfect time, so we can clear up some easy kills and get some easy loot, because that's what we want, guys. I know it can be fun to fight really intense battles and things like that, but what I want to teach you guys is how you can easily make money in a really short space of time. So using this strategy is what I like to call the third party strategy on this spawn zone. We are going to push in. I'm going to be the front man. I'm going to let my friend do some damage from back. And basically we're going to use grenades and things. That's a really important thing to do. Use grenades, guys. Soften up the enemies. Try and get some knocks with that. So I've heard footsteps on the left and I'm going to basically cover these guys, not let them push up while my friend uses his grenades to try and do some damage. I'm going to get a little bit more information, and because I've got the high ground, I can actually TPP peek over that and see where that guy, exactly where he is, and I can pre-fire his location so he's got no chance. Now I've just got another knock on the guys down into the tunnels there, so we know this is the last guy. There's three knocked even, and this is the last guy, because we saw one guy crawling back and then I knocked another. So it was the last guy and it's a 2v1. We are going to push in, and you see there, guys, they are stacked. They've got full level 6. This guy's just dropped me his one Ike over M7 level 6 vest fully attached. It's happy days, I'm not going to lie, guys. We've just made some serious money there. The value's on 1.4 million already. I think it's just about to go up higher as well when I pick up this level 6 vest that's here. And yeah, 1.6 million it's just jumped up to there, and there's actually another squad who they just killed underneath us as well, which we're going to loot, and it's going to jump up even higher. But without further ado, we're going to go on to the next spawn point, which is going to be on the bottom south side of the map next to the district woods. Now this strategy is going to be all about setting up an ambush. We're going to be going on to the orange mark, and we're basically going to be looking out for the team who are spawning on the place where we did in the last little clip down by the snake pit. So we're going to be heading one in the orange mark there on the house and one in the little shack to the left of that house, and we're basically going to be waiting for them. Now a lot of squads, they haven't wised up so much just yet, and they're not using these strategies that the top teams are using, and this is why they're going to be caught out in the open. Not like we did where we ran along the left side close to that shoreline. They actually go on the right side here, and because of that they're going to be in the open for any squad who's going to be doing this strategy that you see in this clip, who's basically looking to ambush them. So my friend spotted them out here. They're still shooting. They're killing the bots in the houses there. And and I'm going to have a couple seconds just to basically get in a better position here, and as soon as I'm ready, I give the call to my mate and we start lighting them up. They are taking some serious damage right there. One's knocked, one actually gets finished there as well, and then we start doing some damage to his friends as well. So we've already finished one from the squad. We've got one stuck behind the rock on the right, and then we've got two on the left still. We've actually knocked a guy behind the rock as well. So these people on the left side have to try and cross over to his friend. So that's why they're putting out some smokes now. But they are in a really bad situation here, guys. They've got smokes out. They're also vulnerable from any squad who's in Rojok to their right side. They're vulnerable from a third party because they're just in the open. They're hiding behind little rocks and little trees. So they might be able to cover themselves from us. But if there was a third party, then they'd be even deader than they are right now. If that's even possible. So this guy is trying to smoke up to try and get to his mate. Now, he actually makes it over there. I got a bit unlucky with those shots. Obviously, that happens sometimes in PUBG. But the thing is, because I'm overwatching and I'm putting pressure, it gives my friend more movement, more freedom to actually flank on the left side. Now, he's going to flank and they're going to be open. I'm even going to do some damage to them behind the rock. And we are just going to clean up. There's one on the left side and now he is dead. So there you have it, guys. That was what happens if you stay on the right side when you're running from the snake spit spawn. You need to stay on that shoreline because otherwise one squad can ambush you like we've just done in this video. But definitely, if you have the spawn next to District Woods where we've just jumped into here, definitely do this strategy because these are good players. You'll see here from the loot, guys. They've got MK14 refined, level 6 one-eyed cobra vest, level 6 helmet. Like, they're fully stacked. We're already at 1.5 million value, and they're not like new players. You know what I mean? Like, they've been playing for a while. They've got really good gear, and they're still like vulnerable to these strategies because these strategies are really well thought out. You think, where's the enemy going to be? And it's all about predicting their next move. So in this one, we are going to be landing in onto the right side of the map, and we are going to be heading over towards the yellow marker. Now for this one, again, it's going to be about ambushing the squad. That's where you're going to get a lot of easy kills, guys, because you know from playing before and spawning in on different points, you know where enemies spawn. So you need to use that to your advantage. You need to be thinking one step ahead of your enemy, and that's going to help you in the fight. So in this one, if you look on the map here on the top right, where the orange marker is, that's where the squad is spawning in who we're looking to ambush. So we go up on this side, and we can basically catch them in a really vulnerable position when they're trying to cross over the river. Because there's also another squad who spawns up above them, so they can't really go too far on the right side without having a fight. So a lot of the time they are going to look to cross over onto our side over the river, and this time is no exception to that, as my friend has just called out that he's seen them just crossing over the river. So we're both ready now. We are going to do some serious damage. Look at the blood coming off those guys. They are in a world of hurt right now, and because they need to stop and heal up. So I'm going to use this opportunity to basically flank round on the left. Especially when you're playing as a two-man versus squad, you need to be changing your angles, guys. You can't just stay in the same place and expect to beat squads. You need to flank. You need to get different angles. For example, here, they're not expecting me, and I open up on that guy, and he's probably one shot away from getting knocked. Because I put the pressure onto his friend, that guy's basically over-peaked and allowed me to knock the guy on the left as well. So now we've got the advantage. There's one stuck on the left side of the map. The enemies are under pressure here, and we're going to start grenading. My friend who's the up front man, I'm going to be the overwatch. He's going to be launching some grenades in there. That's another important thing to do, guys. You need to take a lot of grenades and smokes and things. Obviously, they can save your life. Really important thing. But these guys are in a world of pain. I'm going to be putting down some cover fire here so my mate can push up all the way to the rock. He's actually going to get grenade launched here, as you can see. And I know they're going to peek him. They're going to try and push him after that. So I cover that, pre-fire that. And now they know that's not going to be an option to try and push him like that. My friend is going to heal up. Their guy has to heal up as well. So I'm going to use that as my opportunity to get close, up and personal with this MK and basically do some damage. So my friend and me are going to push together on the right side. We know they're hurting already. They do a good grenade launcher, but it's not going to be enough. We get in personal, nice and close, and we get all the loot for ourselves. Again, already found a level 6 vest. That was 2 red crates, and the third one is a red crate as well. So we've got a full squad of level 6 geared enemies, and we've just taken them out like it was nothing. So thank you for your loot, guys. I appreciate that. And you just started to see, guys, how effective these strategies can be, right? Like, we're not even breaking a sweat, you know what I mean? Because we got the right strategy, we're just taking out like some of the best squads, and it's not even hard for us because our strategy is too good. We know where they're going to be, we're predicting their movement, and because of that we're getting easy kills. Now this little clip, guys, this is not a specific strategy, but it did turn out to be quite a funny one, so I wanted to leave it in for you. It's got actually a really intense fight here. This is from the same game that we just ambushed those people just before. We did get a little bit greedy here. We wanted to go back in for their loot. We knew they were a good squad. They're fighting good. In particular, this guy with the SKS, he is doing some serious work. Not the guy I just knocked, but his friend with the SKS is doing some seriously good work. If you're watching, my friend, and GG to you, you definitely saved your squad here. Nice work with that SKS. I do respect that kind of gameplay there, so good work from him. But we are going to keep trying to test them. We want this loot, but at the same time, if you look at our vests, the durability is nearly over. Now, when that durability ends, it's not going to be a good fight for us. Obviously, they've got 4 people, so although we're damaging their armor, they've got 4 vests and we've only got 2, so they're going to be like having a lot more durability in a sense because the damage is more spread out. So we are going to be getting out of here. Our evac zone is really close. We're going to be throwing some grenades and utility smokes down the tunnels just to block their chase if they wanted to do that. Although, to be honest, I think they were pretty scared of us at this point. I don't think they were really going to chase us. But just in case, we are going to smoke the evac point as well. And we are going to get out of there. 1.2 million value. Again, that came from the first squad. The second squad was just a bit of fun. But that's another awesome strategy you can do. So in this one, we are going to be focusing on the spawn point of the people who we just ambushed. Now, we don't want to fall into the same trap as them. We know there's a spawn on the left. There's also a spawn on the right, on the top north of the map. So we are in a little bit of a sandwich here. And the only way to get out of it is to basically ambush the squad and take their loot. You're seeing a pattern here, guys. We want to be ambushing because this is how we're going to get the best loot. Obviously, killing the bosses and going to radiation, you can get really good loot as well. But if you do want to take that level 6 gear, the best refined guns, you got to be killing the squads. And these are the best ways to do it. So we hear them shooting in barracks. Now, you're going to hear that a lot because a lot of squads who spawn up on the north side of the map, they do go into barracks. They do try and clear out the boxes and the bosses and get all that loot for themselves. Not the bosses, sorry, just the bots. And the loot boxes. So we are going to use that to our advantage, guys. We are basically going to take our time here. And we're going to wait until we've got the opportunity to take some out. Because at the end of the day, we know they're here. They're giving themselves away. They're killing bots. They're doing whatever, looting. And they don't know we're here. They're not even expecting us. So that's why it's our advantage. And we are going to basically take the full potential out of that by taking all of their gear. We've seen them now. My friends have seen them. They gave a call out. They're full level 6 squad. So we definitely need to take our time, be a little bit cautious. And because we're doing a 2-2 split, we can get a couple knocks at the start. Maybe even just one knock for Wolfie. And then because me and Dark are on this side, we can basically push onto the right side. And because we're going to be fighting them on 2 different angles, we've got me and my friend on the right. And then 2 of our team also on the left. This enemy squad is not going to be able to do anything. Dark there, from my side, is just knocked 2 because they were looking the other way. I'm going to push in here and clean up this guy, finish this guy, and it's pretty much over. And now it is all over, yeah. So that's going to be how you do it, guys. Fight them from 2 different things. They were not expecting that. And look at the loot, guys. This guy's dropped me a refined M4, a level 6 vest, a level 6 helmet, and a level 6 backpack. So that's 1.4 million value in less than 5 minutes work. That's why these strategies are so good. Because people aren't expecting them. You're going to use them. And it's just going to get you the best loot. Like, even that guy's got level 5 vet. I don't even need that right now. I'm just going to leave it to my teammates. I'm going to open this little box. Remember to open these boxes, guys. Because as you can see, Precision Blueprint, 100 grand. That's not a bad thing to pick up really for nothing, is it? So don't forget to open them boxes, guys. Obviously, you can find some nice things in there as well. But the main gear here is definitely from killing those guys. You saw there as well, I looted the red crate before the purple crate. Always do that if you're in a squad because the red crate has the best loot. So in this one, as you saw on the map there, we are going to be looking at the spawn point of the people who we just killed again. So we're going to be aware that there's a squad on our left side because obviously we've played this a bit now. We know that they're there. We've just seen a strategy for that exact one and they might be ambushing us. So here we're going to be very aware of the people on the left side. There's also a little spawn underneath us here of just people who like spawn right next to the bridge just underneath us here, so we have to be careful of those two spawns. They're the most dangerous ones for these. In this situation we do actually see them crossing over to the bridge. They've just crossed and we can actually prone down here to get better recoil control and do some damage. As you're about to see, these guys are going to be in a world of hurt. There we go. So we've got one knock already. And the others are pretty damaged as well. Me and Dark doing a lot of work there. Now, a big thing to notice, guys, especially if you're fighting only as a two-man versus squad, you need to keep on the move. You can't keep shooting from the same spot, and you need to spread out. Trust your teammate to do his job. I get a headshot and a body shot. Now, that guy is knocked. I'm going to mark that tree so my mate knows where he's knocked. And that is basically like a trap. We can use that to like... they're pinned down there, you know what I mean? The guy who's knocked, he can't crawl away from there, otherwise he's going to get finished. He has to stay there, and his teammate has to stay there to try and save him as well. So that's going to be our advantage. We've pinned them down there. They can't get away from that spot. And now I am going to flank. Basically, you want to flank, you want to change the angle. That's going to make it so much easier to take them out. It's a really, really important thing to be doing, guys, especially as a two-man v squad. Even as a four-man, you should have one guy flanking. But here, I've actually seen some shots on the left, and this was the squad who spawned in on the point from last clip. They've actually started pushing our fight, and they've actually assumed here, rather wrongly, that we're also on the same side as the river from them. And the reason they've assumed that is because my friend Dark is actually fighting over there against the last squad. So they're coming in like a third party. But because I've flanked and I've changed my angle and I've gone far from my friend, they're not expecting me to be here. And because of that, it's an easy kill and finish. So that gives us the upper hand going into the fight already. Dark has just finished the first squad over on the right side. But these guys over here actually seem decent. This guy is trying to cover his friend from pulling back. So we're basically just going to try and hunt these guys now. I can see from trying to shoot them and what they're shooting me with, they've got some good gear. Now my markers actually get blocked by an invisible bit of this rock. Now this confused me a little bit, guys. So just be careful for this, because this rock is actually bigger than it actually looks. If you look there, I'm not scoping on the rock, but my bullets actually hit the rock. So you do have to stand a bit higher up when you're shooting over this rock. It actually is a bit taller than it actually you can see it to be. So you need to be careful of that. You got to go higher up to actually shoot over it rather than just shooting just over the top of it. It's a little bit of a glitch in the game there, so watch out for that one, guys. But moving on from that, we know they're a good squad. I've seen their loot. We want to kill them. And we're going to go over the river to loot the guy who we already killed. Now, this is one of the things that the really good squads are going to do, and this is how you can tell that they are a really good squad. They've actually looted their friend's box, and they're going to take all his gear back for him so he can have it in the next game and he has not lost anything. So that's a really thing that the top squads are doing. They're helping their friends out. Obviously, they're playing a bit together. They're like helping each other out. They don't want each other to lose their gear, so they're going to go back and recover it even if they get knocked. So we know they're a good squad. I've already seen their gear, and I want it. We're getting hungry, me and Dark. We're getting that little tingling feeling. We know it's going to be a nice payday if we can get these guys. So we are going to do the flanking stuff as well. Now, we've heard them fighting in Rojok. There's two squads fighting in Rojok. The one who we're chasing, and also another squad in Rojok. Now, it's not really a surprise, because there's a lot of squads who go to Rojok, as we've seen from the other clips in this video. All squads are always wanting to go there. It's a really popular place for them to go. So I'm not surprised at all that there's a third party, and we are going to take full advantage of that. We are going to be looking here that we know they're over there from the shots. I'm going to be marking this enemy so me and Dark know exactly which one is shooting at. I'm basically going to knock this guy, and Dark is going to knock his friend, and because of that, both of them are going to be dead. So that's a really important thing to do. Make sure your team knows who you're firing at so they can take out the other guy, or you can both shoot at the same one together. It's up to you how you want to play it. So we know that's one squad dead, but we know there's one more squad. And the one more squad is the ones from inside Roger, the ones who we've been hunting, the ones who we really want to kill. We want their loot, so we're going to soften them up. We're going to use our utility, guys. I've said it a million times before on the channel. Use that utility. You need to be using grenades. You need to be softening up the enemies. Dark here does a great job. He knocks one. I'm going to go in and finish his kill, so there's no chance for a revive. Because there's no chance for a revive, again, we can take our time again. I'm going to cover while Dark basically gets his grenades ready. I was going to throw a grenade myself, but that guy came around the corner. I wasn't sure if he was going to push or not, so I'm going to let Dark grenade. And then after that, I'm going to grenade myself, grenade onto the corner, and then we are going to full push both together. We know he's softened up a little bit. We know he's weak from those grenades, and we know there's two of us against one of him. There's a red crate there on the floor. That's looking tasty. But this guy is also looking tasty with his refined grozer. And we are going to push in and do the damage. There you go, guys. There you have it. That was the final squad wipe from that fight. So now we are just going to loot up. We're not going to take our time too much because, as you can see, guys, it's a vulnerable position right now that we're in where the boxes are. So we are going to loot up fast. I got 1.3 million there, and we are going to get on out of there. Now, here's a little tip for you guys. As you saw, it was a vulnerable position, popular position, so we don't want to spend a lot of time looting there. But we did actually have a little bit different value here. My friend Dark had like 2 refined guns. I had 2 backpacks. So what we do is we basically split it up. So I can give him one of my backpacks. He can give me one of the refined guns that he found, the Grozo that the last guy who we killed was using. And we can basically even it out a bit, make it a bit more fair. But you want to do that in a really safe place. You don't want to do that in the middle of a battlefield where you're looting because you don't know who's going to be watching you there. So there you have it, guys. 11 minutes and 16 seconds only, and we've got nearly 600,000 earnings. Like, it's a crazy amount of money in such a short space of time. That's why these strategies are so good. That's why, as you can see on the right side, my inventory is so stacked full of the best guns because I've been using these strategies. So thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. Definitely use them yourself. Definitely leave a like. That's really appreciated. And subscribe to the channel. We've got amazing videos coming up as well. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.